This is the polity.com.ng TV, and we have on set a very eminent Nigerian, a stakeholder in the Nigerian project, a proud son of Akeremale land, and a senior citizen. He is no other person than Chief Abayomi Akeremale, retired Commissioner of Police, Nasarawa State. Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
presenter,
and good evening, viewers.
We want to say that we feel very honored to have you on our TV platform, sir.
It is a privilege to be with you.
And we are going to start this way, sir. The nascent democracy in Nigeria seems to be taking its strength from the general support that the Nigerian voters are giving their leaders. So far so good, a new administration has been inaugurated. What is your take, sir, on the general election that held in 2019?
For the sake of stability, that election was a very good one in the interest of democracy. This is laying the foundation of democracy, and it gives Nigerians pleasure, satisfaction to see that democracy is on course.
So would you say there has been improvement on the electoral process as regards a comparison between the election of 2015 and that of 2019, sir?
I should think so. I should think there is improvement. Because when we talk of democracy, democracy relies on persuasion, dissuasion, and compromise agreements. And when these disagreements are resolved and they're able to find a solution to those disagreements, we know that there is improvement. The court has played a very, very important role. They have shown that people must adhere to due process in whatever they do. Even in primary elections, the truth must be allowed to prevail, not conspiracy of the powerful against the weak, or the opinion of one person ruling the whole community. So I think with that, there is a great improvement.
The President Muhammadu Buhari administration took course on May 29th.
Yes, it has taken off.
But he did not make an inaugural speech on that day, and a whole lot of opinion has been raised as regards why he did not give an inaugural speech on the 29th of May. Do you agree with the fact that the president does not have to give an inaugural speech on the 29th of May, which is the day the new administration commences its tenure?
On the 29th of May?
Yes.
That this is going to be a better administration than before. That to me was an inaugural speech. It gives some assurances to Nigerians.
All right. Then it seems the way the president made it look, it's like emphasis is laid on the sacrosanct, the structure of June 12th better than that of May 29th.
Of course.
What's the take on that?
Of course, my take's the best that Nigeria can have, because for somebody to stand by the truth, they say truth crushed to the ground will rise again. The truth of the election we held, that Abiola election, June 12th, people have been trying to cover it up, but it has refused to die. That is the way truth is. People should learn to stand by the truth, whatever the cost. Some people refuse to stand by the truth, and their name has gone into oblivion. They are trying now, they are struggling to bring back their names when they refuse to stand by the truth. I don't think that's the best. Jesus Christ died for the truth. He was able to face all odds. But some people who could have who could have proclaimed that May 12, refused to do it until when President Muhammadu Buhari decided that he should not die. In fact, that posthumous honor for Abiola, he deserved it. No, you should also know that many people died in the cause of trying to uphold the truth, but they did not die in vain. They did not die in vain because their name will remain forever. Their name will remain indelible. There are people who have not died, but their name has gone into oblivion.
So, do you see June 12 as a better democracy day than that of May 29th, which the Constitution of Nigeria actually recognizes?
May 29 is not a democracy day. What happened on May 29 that makes it a democracy day? May 29 was an autocratic imposition of a date. It's because we did not have courageous people who could have honored that date that all Nigerians, not Yorubas, mark it, not only Yorubas. Even in the north, where they kept Abiola in the prison, I have a very senior officer who told me that they could not even control the crowd of Londoners who are coming to see Abiola. Some brought onion. They thought they were allowed them to bring onion into the prison. He had a hell of a time trying to control the crowd, which means all Nigerians came out to say, let us unite Nigeria in the principle of our constitution. Let us pick this man to represent all of us because he was a nationalistic man. Only a few people have been fighting the cause of this democracy day. Jagaban was one of the head of those people fighting it because he has always been for the truth. Right from the time of Nadeko to this time, Jagaban stood by the truth. They say truth crushed to the ground, whereas again. So that truth was not limited to Yoruba land. The truth was spread all over Nigeria. So for somebody to say it's going to ignore an important date like that and creating another date as May 29, what happened? Okay, tell me what happened on May 29. Tell me a significant event that took place on May 29. May 29 just a celebrated good for nothing date.
So talking about the facade that May 29 seems to have
represent
created.
Yes.
Going back in history now, President Ibrahim Babangida, president in quote, annulled June 12 as a military person. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari, democratically elected president, who of course had a military background, seems to have given an official recognition to that day, June 12. Sir, do you think this is an attempt by the military to correct an error created by the military junta?
Well, as human beings, there are two sides to a coin. General Babangida had a lot of credit to his administration. There are some people who still like him. And if you listen to him carefully, he said if he should tell you the people who are behind the annulment of June 12, you will be surprised. So sometimes silence is golden. He did not want to throw the bomb. If Babangida were to throw the bomb of those who are behind the annulment of June 12, you will be surprised. And you imagine that even somebody from his town was the one who turned his agbada to say he was interim president. If I were that man that said he was interim president, I would have asked the people who said I should come and become interim president. Did I do primary? Did they vote for me? Did I win election? What of this man that won the election? Why are you coming to me? Don't you know I'm from the same state with this man? And people deceive him and they say they made him one of the past presidents. Is that how a Yoruba man should behave to a Yoruba man? The inside that eats cola is inside cola. We, the Yorubas, are the one doing ourselves. Why you somebody, you see the truth, you take part in obtaining the truth. How can you can't be a proud person. If it was when Yoruba was Yoruba, hey, okay, let me stop there.
Chief Ernest Shinakan from Ogun State actually benefited from the political impasse which the June 12, 1990 election presented.
If I were in his position, that's what I'm telling you. It's bitter truth, but the truth must be told. I'm already 60-something years old. I'm not afraid of death again. Yes. If I were in his position and you invite me to come and take part in a government that will annul the democratically elected president of Nigeria, that will have stabilized the nation, democracy, I would have told the president that, why are you inviting me? Did I do primary? Did I take part in election? The people vote for me? By now, his name would have been immortalized. His name would have been immortalized. I cannot say I'm proud of him for now. I cannot say so.
Going further from that, sir, General Olusegun Obasanjo, who eventually became the president of Nigeria in 1999, is from Ogun State, like Chief Ernest Shoneko and the late MKO Abiola. Do you find it agreeable that throughout the 2 terms that President Olusegun Obasanjo used, he never took it upon himself to actually celebrate Chief MKO Abiola?
Well, you know that some decisions can be circumstantial, depending on the situation in which you find yourself. He must have believed that those who wanted a kind of compromise to the afflicted Yoruba people, because we were afflicted at that time. Some of our people were killed, some of our leaders were also killed, and they found that for some people to have wanted to appease this group, and they called on him. Those were the power brokers. He found it difficult to offend them. That's why he was being circumspect. That is my own belief. Otherwise, you know that he's a nationalistic man. He's a man that everybody in Nigeria respects, and he has a lot of credit to himself. But he knows his power game. He knows when to act and when not to act. Sometimes silence is golden. There are times to talk and times not to talk. So I believe his not acting that time must have been discretionary. I'm not saying that that was the best that could have been done, but I still believe that he had reason for doing so.